at that hotel, from which Edo State money in tens of billions of naira was taken. And now we are told that Edo State is a minority shareholder. You now have time to go into that. You now have time to visit all of those roads that have been washed off. Compared to the one I did that are still there. Those are just buses, those green buses. They only remove the coverage, but the buses are the only one to move. So by the time Your Excellency now have time for the second March, compared to the one I did that are still there. Those are just buses, those green buses. They only remove the coverage, but the buses are the only one to move. So by the time Your Excellency now have time for the second March, Obaseki will have to come out from hiding to answer to those questions.
Yes, sir.
They have come after you, Hassa. Did you walk? They didn't walk. If they have power, you won't be here. The only way that continue to our culture, God, I thank you. If the one will get you to hear any tribunal, any God of happy, any Supreme Court, they have said that they have crushed them. They can't come. I want to beg you, please, independent court. And then, it may not say all of us here, but I can tell you, please, in the name of God, I know how painful it is, but focus on your job. Because let me tell you, when you are pursuing it, you pay lawyers money. Is my point. When they come back to fight you, you say, God, I have forgiven these people. Now they are not the one pursuing me. In fact, you have done it when they are pursuing you to come back to Supreme Court. But now that you have won everything, what are anybody to hear again? That may not be happy. Leader may not be happy. Speaker may not be happy. But whenever I don't mean you don't need to be happy. But the Almighty God, I can tell you today, forgive them that what else people tell you. Let go. Shaibu, forget how you suffered, how you not suffer is part of life. You must pass through this process in life. Allow it. Move on. For the development of
Hi, good evening and thanks for joining us on Political Lens. I am Chukwuma Okoro. We are broadcasting on Metro SL TV channel 264. And on YouTube, we are Voice of the People Television. And on other social media platforms, we are at VOP TV Live. Join the conversation by calling in or sending WhatsApp messages to the number showing on your screen. Also, feel free to ask the guests constructive questions if you have any. And I assure you that your voice will be heard. On the show this evening, Edo under fire as Wike Oshiomole fight to control Okpehbolo. Plus, will the ADC, that's the new coalition, die before 2027? That's a question Nigerians are asking because of what is happening within the coalition. Well, there seems to be a simmering or maybe a brewing struggle for the control of the soul of Edo State between the former governor of Edo State itself, that's Mr. Adams Oshiomole, and the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, who have disagreed on the propriety or otherwise, of probing the immediate past governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki. Following the Supreme Court decision that validated election of Okpehbolo, Adams Oshiomole, who is Obaseki's estranged godfather, by the way, told Okpehbolo pointedly that the time was right to probe Obaseki and recover all the monies allegedly misappropriated during his 8-year tenure as governor of Edo State, apparently to take a pound of flesh from Obaseki, whom he felt betrayed him. Well, in a separate occasion, the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, sounded more authoritative, asked Okpehbolo not to probe Obaseki, but leave everything to Providence. Now, with these discordant tunes bordering on probing Obaseki, analysts have reduced what's happening in Edo currently to the struggle for who controls Edo from Abuja, with many opining that Wike is surreptitiously trying to be the Lord of the South-South, having conquered Rivers, Okpehbolo, and possibly Bayelsa State. Oh, well, in another political development, the youth wing of the ADC, that's the new coalition, has advised Mr. P2B not to leave the ADC if he does not clinch the presidential ticket of the party. According to the youths, it will destroy Obi's political career. But I also advise him to stay within the party and groom younger ones that will take over the reins of leadership from Obi's generation. With all that is happening around the ADC and the coalition, Nigerians are wondering whether the party will survive the onslaught of political intrigues before 2027. Joining us from our Benin outstation is Comrade Destiny Enabulele. He's a PDP stalwart and former member of the Edo State House of Assembly, as well as former local council chairman, I think, Ovie East in Edo State. Good evening, Comrade Destiny Enabulele, and thanks for joining us on Political Lens.
I'm happy to move on.
Okay, thank you very much. Good to have you on my show.
From the cradle of Black National Initiative.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
God bless you.
All right. We also have beside him from our Benin outstation, Comrade Collins Amadin, who is an APC stalwart and also political affairs analyst. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us on Political Lens. Good evening, Comrade Collins Amadin. How have you been, sir? Good to see you once again.
Thank you very much, Chukuma. Good evening, and good evening to all of you over there in the studio. And
okay.
Good evening to Nigeria.
Okay, now let's kick into the show, and let me start with you, Comrade Enabulele. What's going on in Edo State? We heard this call of probe Obaseki coming from Adams Oshiomole. Don't probe him, calling from Nyesom Wike. What's going on? Can you walk us through what you probably understand that is going on in Edo State between Adams Oshiomole, Nyesom Wike, and Monday Okpehbolo? What should we know? What more should we know? Or what do you know that we should know?
The voice of People's TV for yet another opportunity. You see, what is happening in Edo State is pathetic and disheartening. You have said it all. That what is happening is a fight on the soul, on who's control Okpehbolo or the Edo State. That's to tell you, I've said it in this platform and in other platforms, that with utmost humility, the INEC governor and the administration is bereaved of the ideal thing to do. That is why you see people like Oshiomole dictating to him what to do. I respect Oshiomole very much, but of late he's now beginning to sound like a broken record. Some persons have said in some quarter that he talks before he thinks. Not only him, and some person, quote and unquote, that have said that an average APC, with the exception of my brother here, colleagues, that they talk before they think. You and I know that the administration of Senator Adams Eric Oshiomole for 8 years was saddled with very unprintable accounts that he cannot account for. Transactions that he cannot account for. The drainage system, I think it's 30 billion naira drainage system, as we speak very just now. He cannot account for it. It's an abandoned project. So for me, they are level of politics. This is politics of what I refer to as vendetta. It shouldn't be taken personal. This is a man that at the 11th hour of his boy, permit me to use that word, of Goduna Baseki, he recognized him as one of the leaders of the state. But I was at the ceremony. Let us be sincere. Yeah, I'm not the spokesperson for Goduna Baseki. There are certain things you cannot take away from that administration. He laid the foundation, whether you agree or not. What Okpehbolo is enjoying today is the foundation laid by Godwin Nogega said Obaseki, not Oshiomole. With utmost humility, there's nothing we in Edo can say that this man will be accepting in his where he is from in Edo North, like the Okpehbolo road and the likes. But God will not has Obaseki laid this very solid institutional foundations that this person's administration that was being brought in by INEC, they are now bastardizing with utmost humility. Since the section of this present administration, I don't think, and I know that not even a single CFO, certificate of occupancy, from this present administration. So for us, there are so many areas I don't want to. You have put the journalists and the Nigerian, they are aware. I don't want to belabor listeners.
Comrade Enabulele, I get your position. Now, what makes you think that Adams Oshiomole asking Okpehbolo to recover monies allegedly misappropriated by Obaseki? Why do you think he's pursuing personal vendetta? Is the money going into Adams Oshiomole's pocket? Is it going into his bank account? We are discussing Edo State here, not Adams Oshiomole's money or Obaseki's money. Don't you think it is right, it is proper for an incoming administration to look into the books of what the previous administration did and say, look, let's see what you did. Is it in good space? The monies you spent allegedly and monies were earmarked and not spent. So why must you reduce it, or why do you reduce it to personal vendetta?
You must look at where the message is coming from.
Okay.
The person that is my
okay. So your problem is the messenger, not the message.
I'm with utmost humility. Is Okpehbolo a toddler that must be conferred on what to say?
Okay.
That is why some of us at this very betting of this Okpehbolo candidature and eventual emergence as the governor. Okay. So we have some reservations.
Okay.
And it played out when he presented the budget that is confused.
All right.
So for me, for a man that talks before he thinks, to now begin to Comrade
Destiny Enabulele, your problem is the messenger, not the message. So would it have made a difference if an average Edo person asked Okpehbolo to probe Obaseki?
With utmost humility. You're not getting. Okpehbolo is not a toddler. He's not a father. Of close to
so essentially he doesn't need somebody to prop him or to prompt him.
I'm coming, sir. I just the way if tomorrow I'm the governor of this state, you can't tell me what to do. I'm a man of my words, and I know what my state wants and what my people want.
Okay.
It was come to that after my tenure, whatever happened, I'll have to say, okay, I will take the blame. Not after my exit. I would just say, if not Mr. A that had advised me, or perhaps ill-advised.
So essentially, our position is that Okpehbolo is surreptitiously being controlled at this moment by Adams Oshiomole. Am I correct?
You have said it at the introductory note that both Adams and Iyendeba, they are at a conflicting edge now on who controls the soul of Edo.
Okay, all right. All right. Thank you very much, comrade. Now let's bring in comrade Colin Amade into this conversation. Comrade Amade, what's your position on what's going on in Edo State regarding the probe him, don't probe him between Nyesom Wike and Adams Oshiomole? You are conversant with what we are talking about. What's your position?
Thank you very much. I want to first say that yes, I understand my brother. He needed to defend his friend. Because Obaseki has so much trust in him to always stand for him. But in as much as that, this was part of the thing the governor campaigned with. That when he wins, he was going to check the SSCs of the immediate past governor, who was very rascal and radical in his approach to governance and the way he was spending our money through MOUs that never manifested into an empirical thing. So for us who gave all we had to campaign with His Excellency, to tell Edo people and the whole world what he was going to do when he come on board, these were part of the things that indeed we promised the people. that every cupboard that have left Edo that were not accounted for will be retrieved. So for our both leaders, Wike is our great leader. Comrade Adams is a nationalist and a leader who have put in so much into the state and has helped us to manage our resources for 8 years. You will give it to him. All of his achievements are empirical. Today, you can move on the street of Benin. You can't walk towards 2 lanes without having a life-saving project that Adams did. You don't need to like Adams' face. But the truth is that all his jobs are there, and that is why the man stands still tall.
Okay.
You know, above all the governors that have ruled us since 1999. But just to say that it is why I have been very active on Asewaju administration. Why I have not lately enjoyed some part of his administration is the fact that he has refused to probe those, especially the rascals that just finished from Buhari's government. Government is continuous. Both in action and inaction must be checked. That is the only way those who come thereafter learn to be prudent with the people's resources. That otherwise, our people continue to administer the way they like.
Okay.
And feels that every day in Benin means nothing will happen. So checking Obaseki's book is very important.
I hate to button at this moment, but before we progress, you said something that I want you to clarify. You know, we need some clarity about it. You said that Nyesom Wike is your leader. When you said that Nyesom Wike is your leader, can you expatiate on that? Is your leader in terms of, is he in the same political party with you? Is he because he's your leader in the South? In what form is he your leader? Because I know that you are of the APC, you are an APC stalwart, and Wike belongs to the PDP, so how come he's your leader?
I said Wike and Adams, they are both our leaders.
Okay, I understand that of Adams, but I don't understand that of Wike. How come he's your leader?
By age wise, is my leader.
Okay.
By area in which they have both administered in their different facets, both as governor, as a minister. In short, he's the best minister I've had since I grew up to know that there can be minister in Nigeria. Wike is the best minister I've had. From the way he's very conscious, committed to his job, he's a mentor already for me. So he's one of my leaders, even though he may not be my friend in all of his action. And for Adams was one of those two who gave me opportunity to have served in government. I was senior special assistant to him. I was a consultant at the time. You know, it was all glory to recognizing the effort and contribution I made, you know, when we're bringing him on board. And he recognized and rewarded me and said, let's go and administer together. So at that level, he's also a nationalist. He has been a labor leader. He has been a governor, you know, and now he's a senator, also a senator from my state. So Wike too is one of the leaders from the South. So he is also a leader.
All right. I understand all of that.
I may not agree in total with everything that they do. Now, my brother talked about like the water storm project of 30 billion and all of that. The 30 billion naira project of water storm that were initiated. Obaseki was the one who went to World Bank to bring the bond, and he was also the person involved alongside with that administration, like Ministry of Water Resources and what have you, you know, in trying to see what can be done, and the Ministry of Works, and the best way they can go about it. So all I'm saying is that Obaseki, directly or indirectly, was part of Adams' government. He wouldn't have been bold enough to probe Adams' government because most of the ills that happened there, he was there. You could remember when he said was he collecting salary or any form of gratification from Edo State government. Chief than Oshiomole.
All right. Comrade Amadin, I get your position now. Comrade Amadin, I get your position. Now, in your opening intervention, you said something. You said it was one of the campaign promises of Monday Okpehbolo that when he assumes power, when he gets into office, that he was going to probe Godwin Obaseki. Now, why did he need the prompting of an Adams Oshiomole to say, look, this is the right time, you know, for you to do the probing? With this jostle to control, you know, the jostle to control Edo State, does it give the impression that Okpehbolo is not his own man? You recall what happened with his immediate appointments, where he appointed Oshiomole's son as Commissioner for Health. Now, despite all the kicks against it by Edolites, it came to happen. Who is in charge of Edo State? Is it Monday Okpehbolo or Adams Oshiomole? Who is actually in charge?
Am I pick up? Can I speak up, please?
No, yes. The question is for you, Comrade Amadi.
Okay, good. The Senator Okpehbolo that I already know, or that I know people know, majority, especially the political-oriented people, is not a man that anybody can cajole or bend. He's a man that is focused and know what he's doing. I am telling you, this is one of the men that will be more feared than any governor we have ever had. Because of his kind of person. He talks less and he acts more. We have seen actions. He has had to even appoint people. Once he finds out that there are issues that are not clear enough, he doesn't take time to say because AYZ recommended you, you must stay there. He fires you immediately. And you just can't be fired and come back immediately. So that is a man that has his own principle to me. But beyond that, government is open to discussion. Government is open to counsel. The one you can work with, you work with. The one you can't work with, you walk away. This is done to tell you that people believe that the governor can be advised. So if Adam advised him to probe, for example, and he sees reasons to really go into it, even if he wants to probe Obaseki, 8 years will not be enough to probe Obaseki for the crime he committed for 8 years. For 25 years, you still be probing him. You may not, because they say he was an expert economically or financially, he was able to dig in so many things. So to even really deal with Obaseki objecting, you will need a special expertise.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
To come from all over to help them demand in actions. But however, because the governor is open to discussion, open to advice, he will take some, he will certainly leave some. He may not use
all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wike may not have just said not probe on the ground of seriousness. He may have said, oh, don't probe because during the course of your probing, you may be distracted because probably the mass catastrophe was so much that you take you the whole of 8 years. And he may have taken it like
I see that Comrade Enabule is giggling. I would like to have his reaction. Comrade Enabule, I come back to you. I asked you before, and I want you to deepen this conversation. Who is in charge of Edo State between Oshiomole and Okpehbolo? I cited the instance of the first appointments he made. I understand that young man, anyway, I shouldn't have a problem with his age. A lot of Nigerians did. The first appointments you made, why was it the Ministry of Health? Was that the most important thing to do in Edo State at that time? And despite, the pushback by Edo, the thing came to stay. And we see an Oshiomole come out again and say, look, man, this is the right time to probe Godwin Obaseki. Who is in charge? Let's know who is in charge of Edo State.
Very sincerely, I appreciate you. I am happy that my friend, colleagues, has agreed that indeed there was a 30 billion naira water storm scandal or loot by the then governor. I'm happy that he has agreed to that. So for him not to say that it was not Obaseki that went to World Bank to bring the bond, it is quite laughable. It is quite very laughable. It is very laughable. And I want the viewers to be the judge. So for the question you asked, that who is in charge of Edo, to be very sincere, for me, I'm a little bit skeptical about this whole gamut of events as it unfolds. You will equally agree with me that as we speak now, I don't think we have a deputy governor in this state, which unfortunately is we happen to hail from the same local government, and he's my cousin. For me, that one has its own, because best of feathers flocks together. Okpehbolo as a person knew who or knows his deputy, the present deputy, who contested with him to secure the seat of a governor. So for me, they have made him incommunicado, as if that person and that office never existed. I tell you, there's a scenario, there's something that just happened not too long ago in my local government. Institution built by SY Governor Godwin Obaseki. The composition and the constitution of the governing board, and the deputy governor happens to hail from that local government. He was not aware when they put up the governing board. He got to know when it was being announced, just like you and I, Mr. Okoro and Mr. Collins. That's to tell you that in the coming days, we should expect more. So for me, it is very unfortunate, and you see, this is another thing that we need to. You've said something that even me, I discussed with some of my friends about a few hours ago. That very soon, our democratic system will not become hereditary. That as the father is living, he's preparing the son or the daughter to ascend to the throne that he's retiring from. I will tell you, there are many leaders in the Edo State as we speak very just, and that their children are presently in this government. Not only Oshiomole. We have had instances where a certain leader in Edo South, the daughter is in the United States of America, but as we speak, her name was nominated. Many like that. So for me, even as we speak very just now, I think we only have about 6 or thereabout commissioners. The local government of the present deputy governor, as we speak now, there's no commissioner. Even the two local government that he once presided over when he was in the Federal House of Rep, that the one he presented, there are no commissioners as we speak very just now.
Okay, now,
So
Comrade Enabulele, let me ask you, based on your position now, doesn't it look like that Okpehbolo is actually running a consensus government? He's not man alone, that he is bringing people from all, shades of opinion to represent the good people of Edo State. Doesn't it look like that? Does it look like it's clearly... Do we have a de facto governor of Edo State? Somebody that is calling the shots from somewhere? That's essentially what we want to determine with this program. Who is in charge, clearly?
Hey, you have said it at the introductory note of this program.
I can't recall. What exactly did I say that another person was in charge?
Both Oshiomole and Wike, they are fighting for the soul of who controls Edo State and Okpehbolo.
So essentially, your position is that the governor is not in control of Edo State.
He is not in control.
But your colleague disagrees with you.
Collins is a party man. It's very unfortunate that he has been. I wouldn't want to use any proverb.
Okay, your colleague is a party man, and you are a man in opposition. So,
I'm a stakeholder in the Edo project,
and he's a stakeholder as well.
Even
so
before
who should we believe now?
Even before I became a local government chairman, I've been a stakeholder.
Okay.
I haven't been at the forefront of civil society in Edo State. So you cannot wish me away with a wave of hand. So for us, Edo people who want the best for Edo, it is very unfortunate that the persons that is presently presiding over the soul of Edo and the collective patrimony, they are ill-equipped to preside over the soul of Edo. That is why you see they are more of a puppet, that somebody behind the scene is telling them what to do and what not to do.
Okay, now still talking about the control of Edo State. Now let's examine Wike's role in the South-South. Some pundits believe that Wike is trying to position himself as the Lord of the Manor, more like Lord of the South-South. How easy could that be? I mean, if you look at, he practically ran through River State, and Okpehbolo, we understand, he's kitty now. Look at what is going on in Bayelsa. In a matter of days, that the governor will move over to the APC. And now it's Edo State. And he says, look, forget Obaseki. Concentrate on the good works that you are doing. Does it look like how easy will it be for him to have his way, to become more like the Lord of the South-South? Is there a possibility that could happen? What do you understand? What should we know?
Who is the Lord of the Ring in South-South? For me, I don't think there's any other person. For the Senate president, he has a lot in his hand to keep it busy. While Wike is good for the dirty job, with utmost humility. You can see what he has done to PDP. Permit me to say this, he's a spoiler. We believe that the end justified the means. So the process of what got into the means, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He can sacrifice the father, can sacrifice anybody as far as he gets at the end. At the end, justify the means. That's his person. So they know that hence they are preparing him to do the dirty job. So for us, in the South, Wike is the Lord of the Ring.
Okay, so apparently, you like the role he's playing in Edo State, do you?
Come again?
Do you like the role he's trying to play in Edo State?
My brother, you see, the issue is this. If I say I don't like it,
okay.
I think I'm coming, sir. I think I will be very unfair. Because we in PDP, I think we have miscalculated. Hence, we have seen that. Hence, we are experiencing what we never bargained for. If you can recall, 2020 election, that is the SY governor's second tenure election. You saw the role he played. He's a man that knows how to use power, whichever way. But I tell you, the kind of politics they are playing now, in future, many of us will live to say, if we had known. And I pray that had I known would not be the end.
Okay.
Because
all right.
Let's not be very sincere.
Okay.
Politics is a game of persuasion. It's a game of romance, not by coercion, not by oppression, not by intimidation. What this present administration, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is doing, it is worse than that of Abacha. I tell you, I was in a transit. I said it in one of your platform from Kenya. I happened to be one of the resource persons. Then we were at a lounge. A guy was talking who happens to be from one of the Asian countries. The father happened to be one of the Chadi affair. I won't mention the embassy during Abacha. He said that the father told him that the present administration led by President Ahmed Tinubu is trying to surpass the dictatorship of Abacha. My brother, I have sat down since I returned back, trying to look at everything. Is there a possible reality in it? Okay. Indeed. You can see the way they are.
All right. Comrade Enabulele, I'd like for us to dwell, within.
Let me
excuse me. Hold on, sir. I would like for us to dwell within the scope of our discussion now. We are running out of time. We are running out of time. We are not. Yes, we are not sorry. Excuse me. We are not interrogating. We are not interrogating the Tinubu administration. Yes, we are looking at what is happening in Edo State, and we need to move on now. Could you, like in 20 seconds, land on your thought so that we can move on?
See, we're all talking. If suddenly you seen a child is bold enough to confront a giant, you know that there is something behind the child that is empowering the child to confront a giant. All these things that you see Wike is doing, he was being appointed. So that was to tell you that he's speaking the mind of the president, and he's being empowered by the president to do it. That's why you see, over time, they've not rebuked him, and they've not cautioned him.
Okay, now I like the fact that just a few seconds ago you said more like you like what Wike is doing in the South, because you described him as the Lord of the Ring, and in another breath you feel that he's the president's henchman. Let that be. Now let's move to the national politics, specifically about the coalition. Now, ADC youths have won Obi to remain in ADC, even if he doesn't get the presidential ticket. Is that a valid proposition for Obi? Comrade Colin Samade, I would like for you to check this question. Is that a valid proposition for Obi to remain within the ADC, even if he loses the presidential ticket, so just that he doesn't destroy his political career? What more career will he have if he doesn't get the presidential ticket of the ADC? What's your position on that?
Thank you very much. Even as we speak, Obi is presently partyless because he came up to also tell Nigerians not too long that he's still in labor. At the same time, he was fraternizing with ADC and saying he's a member of a coalition. You can't be a member of a coalition. They don't understand what it means to be in a coalition or what coalition means. Coalition means you are bringing your structure and collapsing it into one. So you cannot have an existent body and at the same time you are claiming to have collapsed your team. Now, let's not go too much into the dictionary. The one that APC was a clear testament of what a coalition can be. Now, some of them will run down to say, oh, Wike did it, we did it. Was a Wike into any coalition with anybody? No. Wike always states in his statement that he cannot support someone like an Atiku to become president. He would support another person.
Okay.
That was an individual statement.
Comrade, before we move on, will it be appropriate to state that Wike is partyless because he is in the PDP and is fraternizing with the APC? Exactly the position you adopted for P2B. Is it appropriate to describe Wike in that move?
Fraternizing. You have never seen Wike in APC meeting.
But he's working for an APC government.
Sir, you have just told me. Let me answer. Have you seen Wike in APC meeting, whether in the ward or at the state level? He is a member of. We have what we call unity government. It is not even today. When Adams came on board as a governor in Edo State, I was an aide of the governor. We have what we call unity government. We had PDP, the likes of Chief Tony and Nene gave us about 6 commissioners. And we call it a unity government. Comrade
Amadin, I would like for us to go back to 2013, 2014, when the APC was in formation. At that time, it was ACN, APP, and CPC. As at the time, the discussion for the merger for coalition was going on, would you have described President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as being partyless? Or Prince Tony Momo, who happens to be from Edo State, would you have described him as partyless at that point?
Good. And now, let me also tell you, at the point the discussions were going on, you were not seeing them parading any flag. You were not seeing them saying they were already a member of another party. Okay. You were not seeing some of them already saying they were resigning, that they were already in the other party. Why the other one will tell you?
Just told Nigerians, just told Nigerians that he is still a valid member of the Labour Party. A lot of Nigerians I have reactions. Comrade, I have reactions that say that you cannot describe P2B as being partyless. That is what I want us to trash out. How come you say he's partyless? And the man told you, I am still a member of the Labour Party. So how come?
And the Labour Party leadership, I've told you, is no longer their member.
Which leadership? Has he resigned? Has he formally resigned from the Labour Party?
He doesn't need to resign. When you ask him, the party leadership had the power to suspend.
So how do you resign from parties in Nigeria? How do you resign from parties in Nigeria? Is it by writing a letter or by just announcing, like what happened in Rivers State?
Sometimes you don't have to resign, but the leadership can send you away.
Okay, now you are setting different rules for different people. Comrade, you are setting different rules for different people. When people left the PDP into your party in APC in Rivers State, you accepted that. And now you say that, look, people don't have to just resign like that. So what's your position in all of this?
That is what
Nigerians are having problem with you describing P2B as being partyless. I'm reacting. That's not my position. If you go to YouTube now, you see people asking that question.
The issues are clear. You know, he said by himself that he was not in coalition. After some time,
did he say that?
They told him
he say that?
The
P2B said that he's a member of the coalition. He said he's holding discussion with others.
You won't allow me to answer.
No, I want you to land right.
No, anywhere I take my position is my own.
I want you to be. I want you to be exact. I'm not forcing you. I want you to be exact. You cannot put words in P2B's mouth. He didn't say that.
He didn't say that he's a member of coalition.
Did he? Can you quote him? Or that he's holding discussion? That he's holding discussion with people. And he was attending coalition meeting that was shown everywhere. That was the only way out. And he was not ready to be their deputy. So at that point, he now told you that. At that point, he told you pointedly that he had resigned from the Labour Party.
Is that correct? The Labour Party sent him away. Labour Party leadership came on here and they said Peter Obi have been suspicious. They first gave him 2 weeks to resign.
Okay. When they asked him to resign, did he resign? Did they suspend him?
Have they expelled him? There are mechanisms in politics.
Have they expelled him?
In party politics,
Comrade Amadin, has the Labour Party expelled Peter Obi?
They have sent him away. They say he's no longer a member. Abure and his team told us that, and it was
all right. It's interesting to know that. Let's bring in Comrade Enabulele. Comrade Enabulele.
I have actually spent only 5 minutes here.
No, you have spoken more than enough.
No, that's
Comrade Enabulele, let's get your reaction on this.
I've listened keenly to my friend, and that is the way the APC, that is the way they behave. I sympathize with him. It's very, so as far as I'm concerned, if for instance I'm into trying to have an alliance with somebody, in the process of me, talking and all of that, just to show that I have abandoned my former, place. No, that's not be established. We must put in we must get talking. If the conditions that put before me is alluring, is inviting, and it's very, and then I can say, okay, let me suspend my former abode. That's so far so good. They've not come to that such conclusion. For an APC, not conclude, because I saw Aburi visiting the Ayeneba in Abuja. So for us, you can see from the way he's talking that it is being orchestrated by the APC. That is the way they are going, and Nigerians must be very watchful. Okay. So for me, that the issue of you talked about the issue of unity, government, and all of that. I'm not aware that the Edo State government, as is presently constituted, they are running a unity. I said
government. Government.
You see, the issue is this, and he has asked whether you've seen Wike in any APC meeting, but here he was in Edo, in APC government. How? So for me, we have seen. Let us not. For us to get out of this.
Okay.
Present.
Okay. We are costing home. We are costing home. Thank you very much. Now, Comrade Amadi, let me come back to you. Does it bother you that people are leaving your party, the APC, in droves to the coalition? When your party dismisses the ADC as a non-starter, do you say this confidently? Or hold on, do you say it confidently? When spokespersons of your party, party stalwarts, influential people in the APC say, look, ADC is a non-starter, no coalition against Wike will work, against the Tinubu will work, and all of that. The coalition is going to die a natural death. They have died on arrival, dead on arrival, and all of that. Do you do this confidently, or do you simply hide your inner fears?
I tell you, there is no way you can say opposition doesn't exist. For the fact that some people have moved, whether it is 2 or 3 from your camp, and they align with another camp. Yes, it's a minus, take it or leave it. But you will now equate the number that is leaving. Does it have a possible effect on the party? If it doesn't, that means you are still standing. Now, the people who actually are in ADC are the majority of the castrated members from PDP and Labour Party, LP. Those one who went to those parties and destroyed those parties because they are the teams that are used to moving from party to party. So having moved to PDP, they destroyed PDP like Basaki did, for example, and his team. In Edo, the only people you really can talk about are in ADC are the Obasaki team of the PDP. The original PDP, in Edo, they have fashioner, they have 2 fashion here, they have 2 chairmen, they have 2 leaderships. So the original ones are still holding on to their forefather flag, which is the umbrella. And the other ones who came with big envelope and big boss have destroyed the party. They are the ones looking for the next way to go. The likes of Aswe Godalo and all that, who are just pretending to be in PDP. But all of their machineries, they are sent them far. Now, the same way with Labour. They went to Labour from PDP, Obi and his people, from Abga to PDP, from PDP to Labour, from Labour now, after destroying Labour, created 4 faction in Labour. Now, some part of his people are moving to coalition. You can't run a coalition arrangement without the party being involved. What they are doing now, like Atiku are doing, are individual things. You hear PDP leadership, or to the ESCO, the governor saying these are not their position. Whatever Atiku is doing on selfish interest or self-centeredness. So you now say it's PDP. Yes, those he can give big envelope can go with him. But they will still claim to be a member of those parties. Those people
all right. Comrade Amadi. The scenario, Comrade Amadi.
Numbers, if not 100% intact, but I can bet you it's 97% intact.
Okay, Comrade Amadi, the position of the scenario you just painted now, doesn't it look to you, if you think back, like exactly what happened in 2015 when you had the, according to you, castrated people in the PDP that left and took that PDP to the APC? Is that not what is happening now? Can you think back? No. Can you think back?
Now it is a 2 different things. In PDP, yes, Amechi, owing to his kind of desperation that he was, he was fighting Jonathan, on very many grounds.
So at that point, was it castrated?
The points are different. Now the points are different. Amechi came like a homeless son and needed a shelter, just needed people to help him. Because no PDP ESCO officials from national left him, or there was no PDP arrangement as a way of coalition, because they didn't have any team from PDP that left with him. He only left with some of his people who aides in government and pretended as if he was fucking PDP. So you cannot use one state to make a coalition.
All right, thank you very much, Comrade Collins Amaden. Let's go, before we leave, Comrade Enabulele, I would like for you to let us just, a lot of Nigerians, consider the PDP as dead. What do you think? You are a party stalwart.
Well, let me quickly say this, sir. You see, let me remind my friend, perhaps he has forgotten. It wasn't only Amechi, the lack of Saraki and the rest. They were all, I think Saraki was the Senate president at that time, if I'm not mistaken. They ganged up against Jonathan. So I just want to refresh his mind that it was only Amechi. So we must set the record straight. You see, the issue is this, which is to me, I think
to strengthen your position, I think there were 5 PDP governors at that time.
Exactly.
Including Sule Lamido.
Yeah, exactly, sir. Thank you very much. You see, we know those that are nomadic politicians. So we know them. So we must keep them as such. So for us, the issue that the PDP is dead. Yes, I must be very frank with you. PDP is still breathing, but it is in ICU situation. We must be very frank. I must call a spade. Because the issue is this. The national, we must get it right. We have been saying it. Our national chairman, we have been, from the very reliable source, and the national secretary, what's his name? The guy that contested in Ayahu. They have not been with the labor.
All right.
Which is very unfortunate.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Enabulele. Can you use 30 seconds to give us your concluding thoughts on what is going on in Edo State and the future of the coalition, the future of the ADC? Like 30 seconds if you can.
Yes, but what is going on in Edo State, as we speak very just now, it is very unfortunate because the leadership we are having that is presiding over the affairs of the state, I think is bereaved on what to do. Hence, you see the 2 elephants from Abuja, they are fighting for the soul of the control of Edo State. That is number one. The issue of the ADC, as I have said in different platforms, those that are in the forefront, they must bury their interest for now and make sure that there is a collective gathering that will enhance our collective interest. If not so, with utmost humility, I don't see us defeating the government in center, because I have said it in this platform too, that the man at the helm of affairs of this country is a very smart man, and he can do anything because he believes that the end justifies the means. He doesn't care the process of getting towards the end.
30 seconds.
All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Enabulele. Now, Comrade Amaden, can we have your concluding thoughts, like in 30 seconds?
On behalf of His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, and the good people of All Progressive Congress, we want to thank God that the Supreme Court indeed have given the Governor all the grace that he needs to perform for the people. Edo people are set for a good thing, which has already started. So for the Governor, we are focused. The man knows what to do. He has his blueprint. He's determined. By God's grace, our prayer is that God give him the needed thing to allow him get to that very bus stop of success for Edo people. And for those in ADC, for example, they should understand that the original ADC's members know themselves. For you that just went to a home like they have been doing with Labour, ABGA, PDP, you will just come, you will scatter and go away. It may not be the room for such, because they are already.
All right, we have to go now. We have to leave.
That this tenancy,
all right, thank you very much, Comrade Collins Amaden. Now, this will be a good place to anchor this conversation. Many thanks to you, comrades Destiny Enabulele and Collins Amaden, for coming to Political Lens. We appreciate your presence always. Now, on behalf of the backroom staff, Technical Director Olusegun Jos, the bus manager Hassan, the sound engineer Jerry Etim, and ingest manager Samuel, I am Chukwuma Okoro. Up next is Issues with Jerry Apollo High. Stay with us and don't go away. And enjoy the rest of your evening.